You think people are really gonna watch this?
They ain't got nothing else to do.
Right?
Word.
I ain't going on social media talking shit about TDS Radio. I know that much.
My man, Coach Block.
What's up, cuz? How we living?
You're rocking with TDS Radio.
Get it, Kim. All right. She got a vision, and she wants us to execute this vision.
Ooh, man. That's what TDS is about today.
Ken and Kim are the two dopest siblings that I know.
All right, man. You ready?
Am I ready? Are they ready?
Nigga.
What's up? It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio, and I am here with...
Your girl so fab. Hey, y'all.
And we have been gone for a long time, but it's okay. We're back for a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, good things have been happening, so it's not like we've just...
Like, I've been working.
Well, I was going to put it in a more PC term. Good things have been happening.
I guess working is a good thing, though, because you could not be working.
That's
true.
True.
Not a good thing.
This is true. You know, things are moving and they're moving in the right direction. I also want you guys to take a moment to go to tdsradio.com and download the app, as well as listen to the station, because not only do we have some dope music playing, but we have the interviews of the Legacy and Leadership series. Am I saying that right?
Legacy and Leadership, yes.
Okay. For the Jamboree that will set and take place here in Durham next Saturday, you guys can get a in-depth information regarding the Marines and the coaches who will be participating. So those are running at the top of the hour every 1 p.m. hour and the 7 o'clock hour. So yeah.
Tune into that. It's a lot of work going in, you know what I mean? Straight up. It's a lot of work. I ain't even got nothing else to say. It's a lot of work going into this. So tune in. And I appreciate anybody who goes and purchase their ticket in advance. If not, you can buy your ticket day of. There is no cash on the scene. All right. So don't come up with your purse like, I was going to buy a ticket for 20. Nope.
What was that?
I was going to buy a ticket with my 20. Nope. Not buying it. There's a cashless event. Please.
Yes. No
Please.
reentry.
No reentry, clear bag.
Yes.
And if you got more than 2 kids, don't drop them kids off, because a parent will have to accompany. We ain't going for that. Just FYI.
Okay.
So ain't no group of kids coming through and there's no adult. That ain't going to happen. So you'll be stopped at the gate. Telling you that now so that there is no issues and no problems. You stroll up there 10 deep with no adult, you'll be told to go call somebody to come with you. It's not happening. What?
Just want to make sure that it's a smooth event. That's all.
We ain't got time for nobody to be fighting. Look, I'm going to keep it a band with y'all. People believe that this event can't happen in Durham because Durham is going to act up. Mm-hmm. I have faith that they're not. And I have faith in the plethora of policemen that I've paid for, alliteration aside, to assure safety on the grounds.
Absolutely.
Because it's going to be, they're deep. They are deep. So don't come up here with that. And that's not me being rude, ignorant, or anything. Don't come up here August 16th with that. This is for the kids to have a good time, to enjoy themselves, to do something different. Every ticket, a portion of the proceeds go to the teams that are playing in the game. So let's not fit the stereotype for one night. All right? Like let's be different than what people are expecting of us. And that's Black people can't do something like this without there being some craziness. But If you do happen to come up here and act stupid, I'm telling you now, it's not in your favor. It's gonna be deep with them boys in the parking lot, at the gate, in the stands. I'd strongly advise not to come up here unless you feel like spending the rest of your weekend somewhere where they have to feed you bologna sandwiches and orange juice boxes.
That's crazy.
And the 8-ounce dips.
Insane.
Off of hard plastic brown trays.
Insane. But while we're on the topic of brawls, did you realize that today is the anniversary of the Montgomery Riverfront brawl?
Oh, when people got hit in the head with chairs. Yeah, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It has now become essentially almost kind of like a staple in Black culture.
Yeah, but we don't get off for it. We need to, though. That would be nice.
What? The Montgomery brawl holiday?
Yeah. We need off for that.
Okay.
No,
I can't believe it was 2 years ago. That's crazy. Insane.
1 second. No need to just, yeah, you'll hear me. Hold on.
What? What the hell? All right. Okay. Well, we have a guest, guys.
We got a guest, y'all. So 1 second. Wasn't no reason to go to the outbreak screen. But people be leaving when we do that. Send the link to your phone to share.
Okay.
Send the email to you so for people to watch.
This is happening. So yeah, we have a guest. We're getting things together. We're currently live. And yeah. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-bow. Ba-ba-ba-da-boop. All right. Well, hello. How you doing? I'm well, and yourself?
Fabulous.
All right. That's what I like to hear.
So we had,
Well, I mean, there's nothing really to hear.
All right. So make sure your mic is comfortable with you.
Is it comfortable with me? Are you comfortable with me?
And slide up. There you go.
All right. There we go.
Make sure. There we go. Don't push it too far back. Go ahead and say something in there.
You didn't know what to do with your hands, did you?
No.
Ready?
I talk with them, so.
That's okay.
It's okay.
Hey.
So next to me, I have Miss Bradford, aka she said, "Don't call me Miss Bradford. Don't call me Miss Pam.
Mhm.
Call me Pam." So next to me, I have
Or
Pam.
the rich auntie.
or the rich
Yeah,
auntie.
The rich auntie.
So
Mhm.
go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, so my name is Pam Bradford,
Mhm.
and I hail from Raleigh, but I grew up Bull City, Durham, and I went to North Carolina Central University, Eagle Pride Amplified,
Okay,
worldwide. Yes, ma'am. What else you want to know?
Miss Pam, I have a question.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Pam. I have a question. Is this the bull or is it the horns? Like, what do you guys call it?
This Bull City, that's what I call it.
Okay, so this is the actual bull. Okay,
Well,
got
I mean,
it.
yeah, like the bullhorn.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, we were having a full discussion. I'm like, what exactly? I know people do this, but what am I doing? Are my hands the bull or the horns?
It's the silhouette of a
Yeah,
bull's
it's- okay,
head.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so put your bull heads up. Got it.
Okay. So
All right.
it happens.
It's okay.
Get over 50, child. Things happen.
All right. So we are going to talk a little bit about, well, a lot of it, because we want to continue the conversation regarding finance. And I know people typically cringe about that and don't want to have the tough conversations because it can make some feel uncomfortable, especially when you talk about debt, when you talk about saving, when you talk about how to manage your money, investing, and it's a very overwhelming topic. And sometimes people can feel like they're behind. So it's just like, well, I'll get discouraged. I don't really want to do this. I don't know where to start. But the rich auntie is here to let you know that it's not too late. And to give us a couple of steps to what we can do to make sure that we're on the right path, we're on the right trajectory. Because I think with the current administration and with the way things are going, people are afraid. And the biggest thing that I hear people say is, how are we going to survive these next 3 years? What are we going to do? So, can you help us out, Auntie?
Well, wait, before you answer that question, because we're gonna go there. Did you find a messy letter?
I did.
Let's let Pam wake up with the messy letter. Let's do that.
Right.
So in our show, what we have is we usually do this to get guests to warm up a little bit. Okay. We have people who send letters, and they're usually relationship based. Some of them are legitimate. Some of them, all letters are legitimate. Some of them make sense, and some of them is just ridiculously crazy. So we're going to start off with that. Okay. And we want to hear some relationship advice. You're married, correct?
I am.
How long?
We've been married 16 years together, 25.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So then you got some wisdom about relationships, do's and don'ts, just because 25 years is a long time.
It's a long time.
A lot of wisdom. It's a lot of wisdom in that 25.
A lot of wisdom. It's a lot of gray under this blonde.
So then we're gonna go ahead.
You love them.
I do.
So
My
we're
best friend.
gonna go ahead and kick off one of these good old messy letters. So to before we get into the financial conversation, we're first gonna have the messy letter. So let's go ahead and get into this messy letter.
All right. So this one says, let's just go straight into it. I cannot seem to trust or believe my boyfriend when he says he isn't cheating on me. He stays out late until around 3 to 4 a.m. some nights, but not every night. Mm-hmm. He's in the hip hop music community, so I know females are generally around because that's part of that scene. In the past, I caught him hearting female stories with big butts and breasts, and I'm slim. I know he only watches porn with BBL type women, and he also glances at women in public. He has told me he has no reason to cheat on me because I'm beautiful, and what more does he need? He also says his friends say he's such a good guy compared to their other friends. He says he doesn't want that energy around him. I still do not believe him. What do? I have a feeling.
That's the letter?
Yeah.
That's where she ends?
Yeah.
We ain't got enough details on that one.
Well, he's in the hip hop community, mm-hmm. and he's coming home late. Mm-hmm. He's looking at women who have bigger bums and breasts. Mm. She's slim. She said he only watches, a certain type of, porn. Mm-hmm. And yeah, his friends vouch for him and say that he's a good guy. Not like their other friends.
Mm. And if she left that, if that's where she left it, then she has some insecurities here.
Yeah, I think it's more her than him.
Yeah.
Mm. And I say that because my husband's a chef. And he's always around women. Mm-hmm. He's always talking to women, and women always want to talk to him. And that has never bothered me because one thing, there are three things I know about men. They tell you exactly what it is. Mm-hmm. Like, if I say to him, if I ask him a question, he's just going to tell me. He's going to just tell me it's the answer. Mm-hmm. Men look. I mean, I look. Some of these butts, I'd be like, wow. Mm-hmm. Like, I admire them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't really got one. But men look. Mm-hmm. I mean, that is not something that you're going to stop a man from doing. Mm-hmm. And if you are secure in your relationship, if he's telling you I'm not cheating, then there's a reason why you still believe that he's cheating. Mm. And whether it's past hurt, past experience, or just you're just not confident. Like, you need to do something, get a mm-hmm. business. Like, you got too much time mm-hmm. to be worried about what he's doing all the time. And I believe that if you go looking for something, you're going to find it.
Oh, hello.
I don't go through my husband's phone. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
not something I'm worried about.
Yeah. Because when she said that, oh, I know what type of porn he's watching. I'm like, girl, how would you know? Why are you in
Are
this
you
man's
watching
business?
it with him?
Yeah.
Like y'all watching it together?
And if they're watching it together, it further lets me know, like, what are you tripping about?
Yeah.
He's
Right.
bringing you into, you
His
know, the
safe
space. Yeah, the space that he feels is like, that's what his intimate time, right?
Mhm.
And as a guy, you don't want to look at my Instagram because if the butt is on there and it's nice, boop, she gets a heart. Because you know what? God bless you. So glad I don't have an insecure woman because
Yeah.
it's on there, right?
It's there.
It's a part of it. It's literally a part. You can't scroll 3 to 4 different times up the screen before you see somebody's ass. You're gonna see it. And if it's nice, you get a heart. And I'm gonna keep right on scrolling. But
I mean, but is that does that equate to when a woman is seeing, you know, certain men on her timeline and she's like, oh, he's nice looking? Like,
if
It's
I
equivalent.
if I
Like,
am
it's the
that
same.
insecure, then I have the thing that I always tell people you got to be careful of is when the person is tangible. You see what I'm saying? Like if I know that this person's in your inner circle and you going crazy on the love button, that's a little different.
Right.
Because when you go to work or when you go here or there, that person is right there.
mm-hmm.
But if this person is just like scrolling and these are people who are not even in this person's circle, you, my friend, have issues because they're not even in his circle. You talking about somebody that he's watching on a porn site. That's not a reality. And you're making it a reality because of personal insecurities, because the first thing you did was say what you lack and what the girls have. And he even affirms and says, but you're beautiful. And then you turn around and say, but I don't match them. Well, that's you. If the man is telling you you're beautiful, but I look at this, but you good. What more does he need to tell you besides you're beautiful? You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't.
You know, I think when we think about relationships, this is gonna probably sound a little off to some people, but my husband can't make me happy.
Hello.
My husband doesn't. I have to choose my own happiness. You know, if I want to have a nice party, then I can throw myself a party. It's not his responsibility to make me happy. And so I think that she really needs to just kind of do some introspective, figure out, you know, what her issue is with him and deal with some past trauma and hurt. And maybe it's the circle she's around. You know, if you're around people that are constantly talking about, you know, what your boyfriend is doing and all of that kind of stuff, and you know, it could be you doing it. You know what I'm saying? And so you doing it, so you think he's doing it. But yeah, I think that's more insecurity on her part.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling insecurities. And the way that this is written, I also feel like there may be a difference in ethnicity. And I think that could be an issue too, especially when you say things like, oh, he's in the hip hop music community. And, you know, we all know what's on that scene. And, you know, these women have big bums. I'm slim. You know, certain things in this letter makes me feel like, okay, I think that we're talking about two different people with two different backgrounds. And that can cause some insecurity as well.
It says big bums?
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. And that also explains why you're not there. Because my next question was going to be, he spends a lot of time in the hip hop world. Has he told you not to come with him? Because if that's a part of his world, a huge way to debunk it is, hey, I'm gonna come hang out with you.
Absolutely.
Now, if you get a whole bunch of no's, well, why is it a big no? Why can't I come? Like, what's going on? You get what I'm saying? That I can't see. But then if he does open the door and say, sure, come on. Once again, that's your insecurities then. Because now, once again, he's inviting you into his space where it's like, yeah, come on, you can roll. So that also lets me know that this person may be a little young. And it might not necessarily be by age, but just by maturation status, because the issues that the person has, she can figure that out. That doesn't require a letter.
Right.
You can literally pretty much ask
Mhm.
these questions, go where he's at, see and observe. You're observing from afar and accusing. That is terrible. You're driving yourself crazy because it ain't driving him nuts.
And if he's with you, he's chosen to be with you. And I think that's just cultural. You know, I think that might be, you have to just understand the culture.
Mhm.
You know, and so I think she needs to maybe insert herself a little bit and do like you say, you know, can I come?
Let me
Yeah.
come.
And if he says no, then you might, you know,
Yeah.
have pause.
Mhm.
But if he's like, yeah, cool, come on,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah.
Yeah,
I
because my
agree.
thing is, if you in the hip hop community and it's taking you until 4 a.m. to accomplish something, all right, let's listen to this music then.
Mhm.
Because what's going on? And I mean, we do know that oftentimes there can be later nights if there's production, mixing, and mastering involved. But like you said, if it's just that, you shouldn't have any problem with me sitting in the studio and
Mhm.
seeing what it is that y'all are doing.
Yeah. And then, so I'm going to be like Pam, because that's like just me. The moment you get you some business, though, you ain't going to care.
You're not going to care. Mm-mm.
You got idle time.
You
Because
got too much.
even if you're like, oh, he's out at 3 or 4, guess what I'm doing during that
Knocked
time?
out.
I'm sleep because I got something to do in the morning.
Mhm.
So then when you coming in, I'm probably waking up, getting ready to get my day started. And then Kiss, I'm on the way to go do what I got to do.
Mhm.
Ain't got time to worry about, I wonder what. Nah, man, I got stuff to handle. So get you a little business to you. And then also when people start to get business to them, it causes the partner to change a little bit
Mhm.
because it causes you to change.
Mhm.
Because then now you're not asking as many questions. You aren't as easily accessible. You are now on the move. So then now all of a sudden, well, where are you going? Well,
Yeah.
where am I going
Mhm.
now? Well, no, go ahead, Mr. I like the big asses. Keep on over there. I got something to do. Because that's what you was doing before I got me
Right.
something to do. So my other advice would be get something to do. Get a hobby, even if it's not necessarily work. Get a hobby, get something that you like to do that requires some time so that when you get ready to take your shower and go to bed at night, you're ready to go to bed. And I don't give a damn what's happening. If anything, send a text message. You safe? I'm safe. All right.
All right, bet. Yeah, I'm out.
It ain't got that much time. It's only 24 hours in a day.
Only.
And like Ms. Varner says, you only have a limited amount of fucks to give. And
Hello.
do not give them all away.
Mhm.
Okay.
Goodness. So when she asked what do I do, essentially I guess the general consensus is, girl, you need to find something to do, whether that is work or a hobby or hang out with your friends. Do something other than focus on this man and go through his phone, which is crazy. And like you said, if you're sitting around and you have nothing to do, then you're feeding into your own insecurity. So maybe therapy might work as well. That's
get you some business. Just get you some business.
Get you some business. I think she needs to get some business about her.
Once you do, you'll be fine. Because you ain't going to have time.
Just do you.
Hello and good evening.
You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. So now let's go ahead and jump into some financial conversations. We're bringing back small business conversations, and our first small business conversation is going to be with Pam. But if you can, Pam, could you please give the people a little bit about what it is that you specifically do and your entrepreneurial endeavors, and just a whole info session real quick about what it is that Pam does and why she's sitting in this seat right now.
Okay. Thank you. First of all, let me say thank you for having me.
I
do appreciate the invite. So I am a financial coach, advisor, broker, and my goal is to help us have a safe place to talk about money. I want us to be able to have a conversation as a community to talk about money. I am a licensed life insurance agent and investment broker. And then I also teach financial literacy. And so my financial literacy is a little different because I think it goes beyond just budgeting and savings. If that was the case, everybody be wealthy.
Hello.
And so I think we've all been taught about financial literacy. I just think we've been taught the wrong way.
Yeah.
And so what I'd like to do is bring what I've learned in the financial industry and just make it relatable. Just be comfortable. Just talk about it. So my previous career was in mental health. So I was in community mental health for over 20 years.
Oh wow.
And started out with HIV case management, did mental
Mhm.
health case management, and then just, kind of became a supervisor, director, state director, all of that, consultant in mental health. And so, what I've learned is that broken or hurt children and adolescents grow up to be broken and hurt adults.
Mhm.
Hurting people hurt people.
Mhm.
And so when we look at it on the money side, we've basically had those same traumas around money.
Mhm.
Y'all a little younger than me, but my mama used to say, "We gonna go in this store. Don't you ask for nothing.
Don't ask for nothing.
Don't touch nothing.
Yeah.
Because if you break it, I'm gonna break you."
Mhm.
And what goes on in this house stays in this house.
Mhm.
Money don't grow on trees.
Mhm.
And I think all of those sayings and posture, have allowed us to grow up with a money story that limits us.
Mhm.
And so I think that comes from a place of scarcity. It comes from a place of, we have had to pull ourselves up out the mud and all of that. But there are ways that we can increase if we have the knowledge and if we talk about it.
Okay.
And I like talking about money.
Mhm.
So where does the conversation start? So like when somebody says, I want to talk about money, but it's so vast, where would you start the average person on who's going to their 9 to 5? Maybe they got a little bit of extra to put in the bank, but they don't know what to do next. So where would that conversation start?
Okay, so I would start really with their goals.
Mhm.
You have to have a changed mindset. And so your mindset, I need to know what your mindset is about money. What is your money story? Mine was I always made great money, but I just didn't have the best habits. I didn't manage it well. I like to shop.
I know that's
still do.
right. Where you like to shop, girl?
I like Eloquy.
Yes. Oh my
I
God.
like it's this tall girl, some tall. So I like this tall girl collection.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I could go home shopping. I could go glass.
Yes. Oh my
Frame
gosh. I saw the
shopping.
frames. Mhm.
Yes. So shopping is in my DNA, right? And so plus, I'm 6 feet. And so I like to look nice. 'Cause
Yes,
you
absolutely.
can't miss me. So I might as well,
I know that's right.
have this whole little fashion thing.
Absolutely.
All right. And so
It's
Because the
all
makeup
right.
is makeup and honey. Yes. You see it. Mhm.
So I had to figure out a way. And really, when I got into the financial industry, is really where it helped me understand how money works. And I think when you have a lack of knowledge of anything, it's a struggle.
Yes.
So to your example, if somebody is working a 9 to 5 and it depends on, are they saving for emergency? Are they saving for long term? Are they wanting to invest? I will say that we have been told to put our money in the bank. It's better than the mattress. But I would even want to broaden that conversation with, let's talk about how we can grow your money. And there are principles and rules around that. And so I want to educate people. I want to say, this is what I recommend, or this is what I want you to think about. And, we could take a little and it can grow into a lot. So first off, people don't have to have thousands of dollars to start investing.
Can you say that again?
People don't have to have thousands of dollars to start investing. Right. So, I work with a brokerage, and people can start investing with us with as little as $25.
I know that's right.
Now I challenge people because I got babies doing $25 a month. And by babies, I mean teenagers. So I do try to challenge adults to at least do $100 a month. And if you feel like you don't have that, then let's just go through what you have. And it's, I try to, there's no shame because we all are dealing with it, right?
Yes.
And so I just want to help people, just if I could give them a tip or a strategy of how they can start to feel like they are coming up out the hole. Banks are in business for the bank. And when you think about how money grows, it's based on the interest rate.
Mhm.
Most banks, you get less than 1% interest.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So, most of your money should be in the savings account because that has a higher interest rate. Typically, they're like 0.25, 0.30. And in your checking account really should be your expenses, like paying your expenses. And I like to say expenses. I don't like to say the B word.
Mhm.
I'm so glad my last name starts with a B because I used to grow up. I was tall and my last name was an S. I was always in back. But they're just 3 B words I just don't like. I don't like budget. I don't like bills, and I don't like big.
I know that's right.
I ain't big. I'm tall,
Mhm.
but
I know
anyway.
that's right.
So bills, that's heavy.
Mhm.
Like, who wants to pay bills?
Yes.
But we grow up, and that's the first thing we do. We don't even thinking about pay ourselves first
Mhm.
because we the ones doing the work.
Mhm.
But you paying everybody else,
Mhm.
and so we look at that $10 and we're like, I want to save it,
Mhm.
Right.
but I'm going to get a pizza.
Hello. Sushi's calling me.
You
honey.
know, and
Mhm.
so just changing the way we think, and
Mhm.
it's a mindset, it's a shift. I come from a place of abundance and increase. I operate there,
Mhm.
and for me, even before I got into finances, I always was like, okay, well, I just need to go make more money.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think that is the reality of if you don't have enough or you're not living the life you want, then you got to make some more money.
Mhm.
And you just got to figure that out.
Mhm.
And so that's how I would answer that question. That was a long answer.
It's okay.
No, it is
No,
fair.
because I would say it needs to be said that way.
Mhm.
Now, one of the things that I noticed is that you have a workshop, and the workshop deals with like single moms and women specifically. Talk a little bit about that and why you chose to actually take that on as far as making sure you educate women in that department.
Okay, great. So I do have a series called Women, Wives, and Widows. And if at first it was just wives and widows, I've met a lot of women that are in wives and widows that financially are challenged.
Mhm.
Some of them are in controlling situations where they are dependent on their husbands and feel like they have nothing of their own.
Mhm.
And so that's bondage. And I do come from a kingdom-based principle thought,
Mhm.
right? And so, and then the widows, I've met so many women in their 70s, late 60s that have no money.
Mhm.
That when I say no money, I mean no money. Some of them are married, some of them, husbands have passed on, but it's how can I help them
Mhm.
where they are? Because we say it's never too late. So what can I do? And I want to educate them. I want them to know that they're not alone and that there are some strategies.
Mhm.
There are some places that we could put your money and your money could grow.
Mhm.
The other reason, and then I added on women because I was like, what are we gonna do about my single chicks? So I gotta include them. And so I just said, okay, just women, wives, and widows. And I want us to be comfortable talking about money.
Mhm.
And learning about money. By 2030, there's a statistic by 2030, there's a phenomenon called the wall of wealth. Now, if you grew up in any kind of church, you've heard the scripture, the wealth of the wicked is going to be transferred to the just, right? Well, in the world system, it's called the wall of wealth. And it is the generation of baby boomers that have amassed the most amount of wealth. And so now that wealth is being transferred to their children and to their spouses. Well, women, we have longer life expectancies and we end up in poverty. Most women retire in poverty. And I was like, wow, how is that? Like, why is that? And so I believe it's because we're not investing and we're coming to the investment table later in life. We don't start thinking about retirement or investing until we're in our late 40s or 50s. Is it too late? No. because we have a life expectancy until living into our 80s and 90s. Well, if we're not having a conversation and you don't know where to go or who to talk to, when you going to start?
Right.
And so that's really what the premise was, that once I started really looking at the statistics and for my sisters, my African-American, my beautiful queens, we have the least amount of net worth. We have the most degrees. We are opening up the most businesses. But one factor in getting that education is that we have a lot of debt. And anytime you do the net worth equation, which says your assets minus your liabilities is how much you're worth, we have between $100 and $700, not millions.
Yeah.
And so I just want us to be able to talk about it, be open. Like, for instance, I was just having a conversation. I went to go meet one of my clients to get her to sign something right outside a few minutes ago. And she had this other lady on the phone. And so we were just talking. I was talking about investing and asking her questions. I said, so what is your portfolio like? And she was like, oh, well, we're good. Compared to what?
Right.
Who's good?
Yeah.
So I got a question for that. So how do you feel about this internet craze that we see of the 50-50 conversation and the what do you bring to the table conversation? Because it seems like a lot of that is stemming around finances, and you have a division between, men on this side, women on this side, and all that. So as a person who understands money, how to earn it, how to use it for your advantage and plan ahead, what is your take on that conversation?
Okay, well, that's a new one. I because I be working, so I don't know that conversation, but I have an opinion. Well, I'll say that I didn't get married till I was 37.
Oh, you give me hope.
So I was very independent. My dad raised my sister and I for us to be professional business women. I still can't boil an egg, but God bless me with a husband who was a chef. And I said, thank you, Jesus. Well, just because of how society is, I have always, when I met my husband, at the state I met him, I have always made more money than him. But I honor him, and he will tell you, I have never thrown that in his face. Because what's yours is mine, and what's mine is yours. We in marriage, and I can only speak from I'm gonna say, like, from a marriage point of view. There are gonna be times where somebody's gonna get down, somebody's gonna lose their job, somebody's parents gonna get sick. Life happens. And so I am not gonna be petty enough to count the pennies of you paid this time, I'm gonna pay next time. If I love you and we're in a relationship, if you don't have it today and I want to go out to eat, then I'm just gonna pay for it. Now, dating, I think there is a difference. I think you always need to have your own, but if someone, and just my mind, if someone invites me to dinner as a date, then the assumption is you're gonna pay for it. But if you can't, I got it. Right. And then I don't think we should wear somebody's pockets out. Like, I do think you need to bring something to the table. I compliment my husband. That's what I do. I compliment him. And so for me, I'm working for the household. I'm working for us. And I realize the stress that he is under being a Black man in this society. So I'm his safe place. So when he comes home, it's safe. It's not, you know what I mean? Because he already been through the but it took me time to learn that. And so I think, the 50-50 conversation, if it's, are we going Dutch? Is that it? Like, I go Dutch with my girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's in the context of how the transaction is,
Mhm.
transparent.
Yeah.
If we just gonna go kick it,
Mhm.
I can't assume that you're gonna pay for me.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now, if you say, Pam, we're gonna go to dinner,
Mhm.
then my assumption is
You got it.
right.
Mhm.
And so I think, it's a lot in that.
Mhm.
But I'm married, and I've been with him 25 years. So, I may be a little dated in that, but yeah, like we don't have a traditional marriage. I do not cook.
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't. And he, loves it. He
Mhm.
loves cooking. He cooks. He likes cleaning. He likes washing clothes. He likes folding them. And he likes putting them up. And so I like him liking all of that.
No, that's right.
And you good? I'm good.
Right.
I clean the bathroom.
Yeah.
We both wash dishes. You know what I'm saying? And so I think you just have to have your relationship.
Mhm.
You cannot have somebody else's relationship.
Mhm.
Our roles are very non-traditional.
Mhm.
During the pandemic, I worked on Zoom. I retired my husband during the pandemic because the hospitality industry shut down.
Mhm.
He couldn't go chef nowhere.
Right.
So, I was his best customer 3 times a day.
That's right.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Hello.
And
Mhm.
I took care of him.
Mhm.
I wanted to do that
Mhm.
because he was taking care of me.
Yeah.
And so I think it doesn't have to look like someone else's. Even in my business, we have partnerships.
Mhm.
The business I'm in, we have couples that are in business together.
Mhm.
Every partnership is different,
Mhm.
and I think we see people that are partnering together, they're doing it. And then there are partnerships where the partner just supports the one that's out front,
Mhm.
however that is. And
Mhm.
so I think that people just have to decide what they want in a relationship and love the individual, figure out what their strengths are and compliment them.
Yes.
So I have 2 questions for you. My first question is when you're coaching and consulting and you're dealing with, let's say you're dealing with a couple and you can see that one partner is extremely uncomfortable with talking about money. How do you navigate that to where they're both on the same page?
Well, I'd have a talk with the person that's uncomfortable because that goes down to the mentality. That is something different. That's how you were raised. That's ingrained in you.
Mhm.
And so we have to get to a place where you're comfortable talking about money.
Mhm.
I know that in corporate America, it is not condoned
Mhm.
to talk about how much money you make.
Right.
Well, in the business I am, that's all we talk about, how much money you make. And I'm
Mhm.
saying people making $1 million a month, $50,000 a month, $70,000 a month. We talking
Mhm.
because I want to know how you did it.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Right. And so it's different because we're not limited to a salary.
Mhm.
And so when you're free, truly free, you can talk about anything.
Mhm.
And so I would really want to start where they are. You got to meet people where they are. And I learned that in mental health. Tell me what's uncomfortable about talking about money.
Mhm.
What feelings do you have about it? Because that's where it starts. Is it shame? Is it guilt? Like I should know. How you gonna know if nobody ever taught you?
Right.
And so that's why I think I love teaching financial literacy to kids. Because if you start there, they don't grow up with a distorted money story.
Mhm.
So, I would try to make that person feel comfortable, find out exactly, where the trauma is. Now, I'm not a therapist. I know enough therapy to refer you.
Mhm. I know that's right.
But if it comes to that point, then that's what I'll do. And I'll say, I actually have several therapy friends and colleagues that social workers with that focus on financial stability.
Mhm.
And so it boils down to our mental state of mind about money.
Fair enough. And with that being said, how do you feel? Because this has been highlighted in the news for a couple months now, especially with the summertime and people wanting to do activities about this buy now, pay later. You know, the Affirm, the Klarna, the Afterpay, the PayPal, and what are your thoughts on that, especially if you're getting clientele that are doing it consistently?
Well, why are you doing it? Like, why are you buying now and paying later? Now, if it's a vacation, if it's a trip,
Mhm.
and you need to break up the payments so that you can take your family on a vacation. But for you to, I mean, what are they buying now and paying later over the summer camp?
I think on the news this morning they were saying that the younger generation is doing like concerts on buy now, pay later, and then some of them are doing like clothes, but essentially like sources of entertainment.
My very own child did it. Those darn Chris Brown tickets.
Oh, did she?
She got it on what?
Klarna?
Klarna?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think we have to have a conversation. Like, how can we just take the money that you bought now and hold it until you can pay later?
Mm-hmm.
So I think we need to have a conversation about the instant gratification of, I got to have it right now. I got to do it right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I look a good sale too.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I want to not miss out on things. But what I have learned is that important in the moment?
Mm-hmm.
And is that going to put me in the hole later? Like, I recently had to make a decision about a business trip. I really wanted to go, but I honored what my husband and I said we were going to do. And it would have put me in a bind. And a bind that I didn't want to be in. I'm tired of being bounded.
Mm-hmm.
And so I made a decision not to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I think you have to have someone to help you along the way. And I would have conversations with young people that, yes, it seems like a benefit right now, but where did you get that money from? You buying now, paying later.
Mm-hmm.
Where you get it from?
Mm-hmm.
And if you got some, you need to get more of it.
Right.
Of it. You need to get more of it,
So
right?
you can go ahead and just buy
So
it.
you could just buy it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you may have to work a couple of extra shifts. You may have to figure out how to make something and sell it on Etsy. And so I think that is what I want people to think about is, how can I increase? What is in my closet that I can get rid of on Poshmark?
Mm-hmm.
What is in my shed that I'm not using that I could sell? And so I think that is a better way to find the money to do the things that you want to do.
So then, like the old school days of Rent-A-Center and all that stuff.
That's the new Rent-A-Center.
It is.
It is the new
and layaway.
Rent-A-Center. It's basically like Rent-A-Center and layaway.
And now instead of them hoping that you'll do the right thing, they have full access to your account, so they're taking the money
Dipping
regardless.
Yeah, they're dipping in your account and taking it.
Mm-hmm.
So you still, like you said, you working for it because they're gonna get it.
Yeah. And
So,
now they're reporting, I think
and
last
it's
month
interest.
they said, no, I think PayPal is the only one that is, I think, is interest free.
I'm gonna have to look into this.
And then I think last month they announced that they're going to start reporting to
the credit report.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So see, I think that's just the way to get you, to dangle the carrot, and then, so that's, to me, that's kind of like credit cards were when I first got to Central. I was 18, 17 and a half, 18. And the first week it was nothing but like people out there with credit cards.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was like,
trying to get you.
South Square was still here. So I filled out this little application thing, and then this little card came in the mail. And I went to the store and I gave it to the lady, and she gave me a receipt. I was like,
yeah.
Not realizing that I
paid it
spent
back.
my latter part of my 20s, a lot of my 30s trying to get up out of there. And not realizing, and that's another reason I talk to young people about financial literacy. I don't think there's anything wrong with credit. I just think we need to teach them how to use it. And if you don't have a job, you don't have an income, you don't need a credit card.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to just figure that out. And if you have a credit card, you have to be able to pay that off in a month.
Mm-hmm.
Like Amex. Like I think America, we are in a bind financially because of credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many people in debt because of credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
Now the credit card isn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it has its place. But I think you need to have a plan of how I'm gonna pay this credit card off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And paying the minimum balance is not it.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pay more.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if you think you're gonna buy something like right now, you could get a 55, 60-inch TV for like $300, $400. I remember when they were like thousands of dollars. And so we just have to we're putting a value on the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, we just need help and strategies. And to me, it just comes with increasing.
Mm-hmm.
I worked a 9 to 5, but I always have something on the side because I like to shop.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's okay. But if you are not making it with the 9 to 5 with your household expenses, you definitely need to either ask for a raise or get another job or get something on the side.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the tax flip? So now you get your money from the government, you get a little refund, and then you don't do the right thing with it. What should we be doing, in your opinion, with that money? Let's say you get a lump sum of $2,500. You're lucky enough to get $1,000, couple $1,000. What should we do with that? Because that's when Kim has a theory. Beyonce runs her concerts around tax time every year, and she's right. Like, so when that income tax season hits, she runs her tours because she knows you're going to spend that money on them tickets. But when we get that type of money, or we have an opportunity to get that type of money, what should we be looking at first?
Act 3, Beyonce.
First, it is just, so when you get a tax refund, that's just your money you're getting back that Uncle Sam used that you got no interest on. And I would, I encourage people to make sure they got life insurance and they can pay it every year around that time. And they can have a Roth IRA because you could put a lump sum in and you could be investing your money. If you put $500 in every tax season, your portfolio is going to grow. And so I would recommend that you would at least put a portion of that into a Roth IRA.
And if you can, for those who may not know, what's the importance of a Roth?
So a Roth is a individual retirement account, and it is a way that you can invest your money in a mutual fund. And I can't, I'm just trying to, because I have to be careful about advice. So I'm just trying to think about how to explain it.
Yeah.
It's post-taxed. So it means that the money's already been taxed. When you get ready to take the money out of the IRA, you don't have to pay taxes on it.
Okay.
And so the good thing about it is after you become 59 and a half, that money is yours free and clear. And given that African Americans in the year, it is statistically out there that by 2050, the African American community will have zero net worth. That ain't that far, y'all.
No,
it's not.
Because 2030 is 5 years from now. And so that's what, 20 years? That if we don't start investing our money, then our net worth is going to be zero. That's scary. And so what I would like to do is to, hopefully have people that are doing taxes that really care about their clients and educate them. Like, baby, you getting this $5,000. What we gonna do is talk to the rich auntie, and she gonna help you invest it.
Hello and good evening.
And we gonna make sure you got life insurance policy. Because we grew up with the thought of life insurance as just enough to be buried.
Yeah.
But it's really income protection.
Mhm.
It's really protecting that check that is coming into that household. So if it's a single parent, God forbid something happens, your kids will be taken care of.
Mhm.
And if it's a couple, if you're dependent on that second income and it's tight now, what you gonna do when that income is not there?
Mhm.
And so, that's the conversations that I have with individuals about why you need to have life insurance outside of your job. You need to own it. And then you also need to invest because we're gonna need money later in life. My mom retired at age 52. She taught for 30 years in Wake County Public Schools, and she never had a 401k.
Mm.
When my mom started teaching, they had just started the 401k, but she wasn't educated on it. Because I asked her, I was like, Mom, why you don't have a 401k? She said, I don't know. They came out with that thing, but they ain't never tell us what to do. And my mom retired at 52. My mom is 81. If somebody would have talked to my mom at 52, financially, her life would look a lot different today.
Yeah.
And so we don't think about that. We just think about, I want to retire when I get 65. Well, you're going to have some money from 65 to the end. And it's not that Social Security is slated to be bankrupt in 2034. So if you're dependent on Social Security, we don't have pensions anymore. What you gonna do? You're gonna work until you just die.
Right.
And so that's really, what I want to help us avoid and change. But it's a whole mindset. It's a whole vibe shift.
And with that, what's the idea or ideology that you share with people when they think it's too late? We're already, 50 something years old. You're talking about saving now. I ain't saving. I'll spend it till I die.
Well, that's one philosophy. And you can do that. But it's not too late.
Yeah. Especially
not in your 50s. Like I'm 53. I started learning about this when I was 43 because next year will be 10 years. And the government actually gives you a extra contribution. They give you an allowance. So if you're over 50, you get to put an extra $1,000 into a Roth IRA. They've increased the limits. And so there is plenty of opportunity. I think we just have to get in the mindset of saving and investing. I think for me, it became a game when I was 43 years old before I could look and see $5,000 just sitting in an account. And I was so excited.
Yeah.
I told my husband, I was like, babe, look, it's just sitting there. And it became a game to me. Like, okay, how much can I see? How much is it going to grow? And so it got to the point where it was exciting to see the money. And I didn't want to touch it because I wanted to see how much money would grow. And so I think that is where we have to get to. We have to get to, rich people, wealthy people really are very frugal.
Yes.
Very.
And it's so funny. The car I have is a Subaru, and I love my Roo. My Roo is the bomb. It talks and everything.
I'm gonna let you live.
I love my Roo.
Because I have me and my friends have running jokes about people who drive Subarus.
Girl, tell me.
Okay. No.
I want to know. I didn't know that was a joke.
We'll talk about it off air.
Okay. And so when I was in mental health, the gentleman that owned the company that I worked for was a millionaire, and he drove a Subaru. So when I got my Subaru, I said, I know I'm fitting to be a millionaire now.
I know that's right.
Because when you're around people that really have a lot of money, they don't look like the people that wear all of the fly, fancy, Gucci down stuff.
No, and they have sensible cars.
They have sensible cars.
Yeah.
Now, they might have a Sunday go to meeting, we're going to take a stroll car, and they probably have a lot of toys. but every day
Mhm.
they are not Gucci, Louis
Mm-mm.
Vuitton, Christian
Nah.
Boulogne
No.
out.
You have a question.
I do.
Yes.
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 So if a person is literally on a fixed income, a monthly income, their expenses are more than a little income. How
Or where
or
do you
where do we
start with
start?
that person?
Yeah. How or where do we start with that person?
How fixed is it? Is it disability? Is it SSI? Is it Social Security disability? Is it military? What? How fixed is it? And
Good
if
question.
and so fixed, what are your expenses?
Mhm.
So I would look at what your expenses are, and I would look at what your allowance is.
Mhm.
Because even if you're on disability, you can work 29 hours a week or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I think that would be an opportunity for you to do something part-time and take the money that you have part-time and you can put it in something. Now, unfortunately, SSI, because that's supplemental insurance, supplemental income, you probably gonna be better off doing a high yield savings account.
Disability.
Disability.
Is it SSI disability or is it SSDI? Because SSDI, you can have assets because that is disability income that you have worked for, meaning you have put a certain amount of years into the workforce. And so you are able to get disability based on the credits that you've put in. That's what I would say.
Dope.
But I'd have to I'd have to ask you a little bit more questions.
And I was going to say that means you need to book a session.
Yeah, let's say.
You
So then
know?
now let's talk about that part of your work of how people book sessions with you. How do you handle one-on-ones? When do you have one-on-ones? Because you do a lot. So how does your schedule go if somebody's looking to book you or get?
Can we afford you, girl?
Oh yeah. So
She said, "Oh yeah."
Right.
That part.
for the most part, I get paid based on through the products and services. Now, coaching is different. So if I'm coaching, there are levels to
Mhm.
that, and so just depending on what the person needs and their goals. But just to have a conversation, no, we can have a discovery call. We can have a 30-minute call and just see where you are and what you need.
Mhm.
And so I don't charge anything for those type of conversations.
Mhm.
I just, I get paid off of helping people. So if you decide and you want to have a product or service I could assist you with, that's how I get paid.
Got you. Cool. Now with the question of disability in the 29, because I have a he was former military and he was fighting that as far as like going to go work. I think it was like 25 hours he could work. Mindset. Didn't want to do it because he felt like he shouldn't have to do it, right? But then that money that you're getting now, you mentioned stash it away. When you're stashing it away, are you stashing it in something that is going to be like the stocks where you're looking at a return possibly, or you're stashing it away in the Roth game, or you're saying, nah, split it, put some into the stock game, put some into the Roth IRA, like, because I think the one thing, and especially in our community, we get money and like you said, we don't know what to do. And it's like, I got this bread. What should I do? And then we start doing dumb stuff with it, and then now the money's gone. So, and I know you have to be careful on how you advise, especially because it's not specific, but just in general with money itself, what do we look to do? Like, so I got money. I'm not talking about me specifically. I got money.
But you are talking about you.
No,
have
no.
money.
Yeah.
I just am a words person. So yeah.
So I got some bread, and I'm not educated on the stock market, so I don't that may scare me, right? Because I don't know. I'm put it in there and I lose it. And then now I heard about a Roth, so then now I might go ahead and do a Roth, right? But is my money working for me yet? Like, how long will that take? What's the timeline? Like, so what's the short game? What's the long game?
So I'll start with saying that investing is a long-term strategy. It is not a immediate turnaround game. And so if that's what you're looking for, I ain't the one. I mean, because it takes time. People that invest they are investing for the long haul.
Mm-hmm.
They're investing for their children's children. So they're not thinking, I'm going to put this money in today and next week I'm going to have $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's the mindset again.
Mm-hmm.
What are your goals and what are your objectives?
Mm-hmm.
If you have this bread and you're looking for your bread to start working for you and growing,
Mm-hmm.
investing is a legal way of making it happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because you can go. So this is interesting how people are fearful of the stock market, but they'll go to the casino.
And will. And will.
Right.
Make that make sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
So
lose
you
it just as quick.
you know the odds
Mhm.
that the house gonna win,
Mhm.
Mhm.
but you gonna go over there to Danville
Mhm.
to the MCM,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, MGM, and you're gonna go
and
gamble.
roll them dice.
But you won't invest in the stock market that has been around for over 100 years.
Right.
Mhm.
And that is where wealthy people get wealthy.
Mhm.
Ain't nobody got wealthy in the casino.
Mhm.
It's just a lot of smoke
Mhm.
Yeah.
and drinking
Yeah.
and
And
losing
depression.
money. Right. And so I think you have to figure out what your objectives are. Like, what do you
Mhm.
want? Like, what? Okay. I know military veterans that get like bukus of money between 7 and 10,000 and will drop 800 a week on some lotto.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah. No, I've seen it.
I'm like,
you
if
serious?
you let me have that $800 a week, you gonna have a lot of money at the end, right? The
Well, we
same
just
thing
wanna-
that I would have told the kids that go to college that get a refund,
Mm-hmm.
invest that money
Mm-hmm.
because you're gonna have to pay it back.
And not buy a Dodge Charger. I'm so tired of y'all buying them Dodge Chargers. That I'm serious.
I can tell.
My football player. As soon as that refund check come in, Dodge Charger or what's the other one? A Hellcat.
They don't making those no more. So
They-
they got to be used.
And that's what I'm saying. They getting them
Okay.
with high miles on them, and they ain't got no.
What is
they-
a Hellcat?
It's a really
It's
fast
a-
charger.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
and
It makes a lot of noise and
really.
it's fast.
Oh.
I mean, I like fast cars, but just go to the Autobahn
I know that's
where
right.
you can drive it
Hello.
legit. Because where you gonna drive it? 540
right.
and get a ticket?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I would say just a portion of the money. Just start investing it. Again, you're gonna get more return on your money for the long term.
Mhm.
And I'll give an example, and I shared this earlier with the young lady I was talking to. I have a 19-year-old that he's a nail tech. He's not, he's not of our persuasion. But his mom, first of all, my nail tech started investing with me. And so like other people in the nail salon started investing with me. And so 19 years old, he started off with $500 a month investing. And then he was like, Miss Pam, that's too much. Can I go to 3? I said, yes. So $300 for a year from start, he's over 20,000 in a year.
Good for
Mm.
him.
So I'm trying to figure out why my adult friends are not doing that.
Right.
Because
Girl, take my money. How much you need?
See, I got quiet over there. I'm like,
said 200. Let me cash app you.
I
real
just
quick,
don't
girl.
think we understand how it works, how it grows, right? And so there's a concept called dollar cost averaging. People want to buy when the Teslas are high,
Yes.
right? But when Teslas fail, everybody was sad,
Mhm.
right? But he won't say it.
Mhm.
He lost $15 billion in a day
Mhm.
and didn't bat one eye,
right.
right? Because he knows it's gonna go back
Yeah,
up.
I'll go back up.
And when all of those shares went down, somebody bought them
Mm-hmm.
because they were on sale.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as Tesla gets its act together,
Mm-hmm.
that person is going to be
We back
super
up
wealthy.
again.
Yeah.
Right. That's the game.
Mm-hmm.
So you always want to buy when it's low. So when the market goes down, that's when you need to buy.
Mhm.
Right.
People should have been buying Tesla if that's your thing.
Mm-hmm.
So when Tesla goes back up, you would have made a buttload of
Mhm.
money.
Because it's gonna go back up.
Because we don't understand that's the game.
Mhm.
So money has rules. There's a money game.
Mm-hmm.
And just like we like a sale, right?
Mhm.
I would much rather buy my boots less than $200.
Off season, yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Mhm.
50% off.
Hello,
Right.
hello.
Same with stock.
Mhm.
When the market goes down, that is the opportunity to buy the stock. And then when the market goes back up is when you make your money.
Mhm.
And because we haven't been taught that, we're not comfortable with that, we lose out.
Mhm.
Mhm.
We want to, the market is crashing, I'm going to take my money out. Well, you can't time the market.
Mhm.
And so the market may go back up the next day, but you've taken all your money out.
Right.
So now you've lost.
Mhm.
And so it's, it's interesting. I like it. I mean, that people buy stocks to get wealthy. That
Mhm.
is the reason.
Mhm.
And the reason I like a mutual fund is because you have many companies under one fund. So there could be anywhere between 150 and 300
Mhm.
companies in a mutual fund. So I used to give the example a lot. I'm an iPhone person. So let's just say iPhone goes down. And they did, but let's say iPhone goes down. What's going to go up?
Android.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And if Android and the iPhone and Android are in the same mutual fund, that is going to buffer the volatility of the market.
Mhm.
So it's not like a stock. Because if you got straight up stock, when that stock goes down, you lost your money for real.
Mhm.
And if you don't have any more to put in, that's it.
Mhm.
But with a mutual fund, you have so many companies under the fund so that it helps,
Mhm.
stabilize the volatility of it.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's a great opportunity for middle income families to invest.
Mhm. So now,
Well, all right.
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say, well, all right, because the biggest thing now is for people to take action and take the steps because you've mentioned that it doesn't take much. You just need to start. And I think the first thing is number one, having the discovery call with you to see where you're at, and then potential next steps of what people can do. And also, I don't know how many times we have to talk about this on this show, but also the importance of life insurance. Like, let's also make sure that we're tapping into that because that is so important. Tired of fish fries and GoFundMe's. But with the discovery call, how do they get in contact with you?
I have a Calendly link. I don't know how to put that on the air, but I
Okay.
can send it to you. So I have a Calendly link, and that's the best way to get up with me. I'll give
Text
you
it to
my
me.
okay.
Because I can put it in the chat.
Okay. Oh,
But Calendly is probably the best way.
Calendly is the best way.
Mhm.
I mean, you can hit me up on IG, Facebook,
Mhm.
my phone number.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Because
I
now
ain't giving out money.
we
Now.
wanna-
I'm investing money.
I know
so
that's right.
we want to make
Be
sure
clear.
that we continue the conversation. That's one. So we are working with Pam to be a part of TDS so that this conversation can be continuous and we can get some workshops done and do some things further for the community and for people who just want to know. And don't be surprised if you see Kim and I in those classes with you because we've experienced what it's like when we've lost parents, both of our parents, but then after that's gone, they're gone. Like there was no inheritance or insurance policy left
Oh,
behind.
you're already in the deficit.
Yeah, so we was coming.
The hell?
Yeah, we was coming from behind. You went down, we coming from behind. Like this is crazy.
And then, like you said, most importantly is unlearning what you've been taught.
Yeah.
Our parents were two completely different people. Our dad was more of the saver, and our
Was
mom, well, somewhat, but he had the credit. He had the credit, and she did not, and she spent.
Yeah. Well,
Very much so.
yes. It got to that point. You get what I'm saying? Like you said, our dad they were spending together. Then it got to a point where my dad started to try to be a little bit more wise with his spending, but Debbie to the bitter end, she gonna spend it. And
That
you make
money
it,
was like water in
you
her
gonna
hands.
spend it.
And I don't think that's uncommon because I'm the spender. My husband is the grabber.
Mhm.
He's trying to grab it. But
Yes, he's trying.
You're
Girl,
like,
stop it.
I saw that money and I was gonna get it before you got it. And so, what worked well for us was, again, I'm not above making no money. Like, I'm gonna figure out how to make a coin. And I had to yield to him, and because in reality, we do need to have some money. So my default is I'm just gonna put it in the investment account. So I have a portion of my money that just goes into the investments. It doesn't even come to our bank. But we decided that we were gonna have an account for travel, that we were gonna have an account for bill expenses. We're gonna have an account for emergencies, right? And I get a spending allowance. I get to spend. He was like, I'm not gonna stop you from shopping, but when this is over, you gotta wait till next month. And so he's military, and so he helped me become disciplined. And so I just look for. I put my outfits together, and I figure out what I want. If it's not there when I go to get it, then it won't meant for me to have it.
I know that's right.
But I had to learn that. And so, it does take an effort. You have to want to get better. It's not going to magically happen. And that's just with anything. If you want your money situation to get better, you have got to do it. And I'll share a quick story about even with your health. For me, being in life insurance, it's a challenge sometimes to get people really good coverage because of health issues. And diabetes, high blood pressure, overweight, all of those things we have control over. So I lost 100 pounds.
Congratulations.
Thank you. During the pandemic. Because I told my husband what we were not going to do. We weren't going to come out of this a 10.
I know.
We was going to be an 11. Okay.
Yes.
Because that joker cooked. And bacon is his therapy. And we didn't know what was happening or when we was going to leave. And for you to cook a whole cake and eat a slice, that was not fair.
Right.
Because who else was going to eat?
Hello.
Because it was just me.
Hello.
So I said, well, listen, I'm going to walk. And we stopped doing potatoes. I know. I was like, Lord, why would you make something so good not good for us?
Right.
I'm not quite getting that because you said everything you made was good. So I stopped doing potatoes, the rice, the sugar, the flour, all of that. And so we started doing different things because I wanted to be healthy. I had an underlying this diagnosis, and they were talking about this, whatever this was not good for people that had stuff. So I wanted to be healthy. And so we have to want to change. We've got to want to be healthy. We have to want to be better in our finances. It starts with my intent is I want to be better. Because if you don't want to get better, then it's not going to happen. I can give you all the strategies, all the tips. I have some clients that go in and take that money out and they don't even call me. And it's fine. It's their money. But they don't call me because we're going to have a conversation on why you taking this money out. That's why. They don't want to talk
They ain't
to
trying
me.
to hear
They ain't
you.
trying to hear me. They ain't trying to hear me. They don't want to talk to me. And it's okay, y'all. And I understand, but the fact that, and I have some, they be like, Pam, I'm so sorry. I got to take my money out, baby. It's your money. I'm glad you had it to take out. And that's the other side. When we are able to invest and have money, when we need it, we got it.
Right.
We don't have to do the cash payday advances. I got caught up in that too. I used to do the payday advances. And when I got off that cycle, I was like, that's one thing I am not riding again.
I know that's right.
I'm not riding on that roller coaster.
I was on that coaster myself.
That coaster, that joker was scary.
Ooh. And
It
she
was-
hit too. You be like, man, this ride don't stop.
Dang, all of it? Good God Almighty, my whole jet.
All of
Let me go back up there again. So it was a racket.
Yep.
They would take all your
Yep.
money. You'd have to go get another
Right back, you be right back in line with another ticket.
It's me again.
that is me again.
When people in the pay advance places start to know you,
Yeah,
it's
a problem.
yeah, and you got to make a
Mhm.
change. Change is needed. But I made a decision. I was like, I want to be healthy. I don't want to get sick. I don't know what this thing is. So I made up my mind, and I can distinctly remember the Lord saying to me, you said when you was in corporate America, you wish that you could have time to work out. I was like, oh yeah, I did say that. Well, you ain't got nothing else to do right now. Everything is closed. So I started walking. Started with a mile, and then I ended up I got up to 4 miles just walking. And sometimes you just have to, I think a lot of times people want it. Oh, I got to have this outfit, or I got to have these weights, or I got to be a member of this gym. I didn't have any of that. All I had was Pat and Charlie, and we got out there and we walked.
Oh, no, that's fine.
And, I didn't even realize that it was like 2023. I just got on the scale. I was like, oh my God, I lost 100 pounds. And so, I mean, I could tell, but I wasn't, it was just, we just got to do it, and we can. We just have to make sacrifices. So now, do I eat potatoes a little bit? I do. But I go right back to my cauliflower rice.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
So, it's just making a choice. And so if you could be disciplined in one area, we could be disciplined in all areas.
I know that's right.
Dope. So you got the information, y'all. It's on the screen. You can click that link right there, and this won't be the last time you see Miss Pam. It's just for me to say Miss Pam. I'm sorry.
I know it's okay.
But this won't be the last time you see Miss Pam, because we need more education about money, and we need to get this mindset divorced up out of here. We need to exercise the demons about how we think about money. So this won't be the last time. Kim, do we have anything coming up?
The Jamboree.
Oh, and then also our comedy show. I'm sorry, comedy show is coming up September 20th. Please be on the lookout for that. We are going to have the flyers and all that. All the comics are booked and signed and ready to go. So if you have not been to one of the top secret comedy shows, I'd advise you to come. It's going to sell out, and it's limited seating, so I don't want to hear it.
And Volume 2 is currently on YouTube.
And you can watch Volume 2 on YouTube, which is actually doing pretty well. So we appreciate the support for everybody who's watching it. Keep watching it. We need you to keep watching.
Yeah.
And that's it. We're going to get ready to go home, because I think everybody tired. It's been a long day. TDS Radio, our voice, our culture. Peace.
Bye.